And
Sorry,
now
we've just started the stream. I want you to repeat that sentence again for the benefit of the stream. Because it's a good sentence.
What, the mold got the gold?
The Cthulhu mold got the gold.
The Cthulhu mold got the gold.
It's a great sentence.
I hope you don't need any more explanation than that.
That's the best way to start a stream. Very happy. Hi, miss.
Hi, miss.
There's some words for you. In some sort of order.
Is
it a sensible order? Well, it's an order.
I mean, nothing is sensible when it comes to Call of Cthulhu, so...
Good, that's immortalized
now.
True.
Wonderful.
Also, as is your influence on my brain, Chibi, that Patrick just came up in the quotes, in the facts, and my brain just went, "Oh, it's Call of Cthulhu." No, hang on.
It's not Call of Cthulhu.
Patrick and Jack are actually from two different games. They're not actually in the same game.
I know they're the OTP, but you know they're not actually from the same game.
It's fine.
The doors are tightly
Look,
sealed.
I've been in fandom long enough to see weirder crack ships, okay?
Oh, absolutely. But it's still funny.
Luckily, Jack came in and told us that the doors are tightly sealed, so it's all good.
All good.
It's all good. Hello and welcome to this. This is my cat, made of the word cat, and also face and 2 ears. I was trying to make a cat with words. It's tricky. Then you have a cute little spaghetti cat. The spaghetti cat, noodle cat.
Food cat.
Food
it's
cat.
Eating.
They slurp.
They slurp.
Speaking of slurp, there's I'm guessing by the color paint cat. It could have been toothpaste. I'm not sure. But they've been squeezed. Squelch. And ooh, wide fluff. Wide fluff. Look at them.
Wide.
They're coming towards you.
I think I just made a Digimon because that's just all head.
It's fluff. A good time. Right. Well then. What? Huh?
What?
So we had a vague idea, inspired by last week's stream. That Miss would just throw words at us and we'd draw them. I don't know the format for this.
Just give us 2 words and
should we take turns?
Someone's gonna start drawing. Yeah, let's take turns.
Okay, who wants to go first?
You.
Me. Well volunteered. Righto. Random wheel thingy. Random wheel thingy.
Random wheel.
Random wheel. Do we have any random wheel music? Not really, no. Sorry, not wheelie.
Ding dong.
I mean, it's your stream. You're the one who should know this one way or the other.
Oh, well,
and you're the only one who can add to this one way or the other.
Okay, hang on. I have things. Where is my collection of sound effects? General sound effects. We've got like the Zelda one somewhere, right?
Sure.
This one. There we go.
Those are good words.
Hilarious legs. Right. Okay.
Hilarious legs.
That's that. Hilarious is a lot of pressure.
It's got to be hilarious, okay? Start with the legs.
That's the hard bit.
Start with the face, then.
Okay.
Start with the clown and go from there.
No. In order to have hilarity, one must have contrast.
Now the
Mhm.
question is, why are the legs hilarious?
Because of contrast, apparently. So we're getting a posh gentleman.
I don't know why I imagine them having a big nose, but that's the first thing I started with. So.
You were just like, nose, for sure.
Nose sorted.
It's not part of the prompt, but it's there anyway. You ever looked at legs? Just stiff noodles. Yeah. I mean, with knees, I guess. Like, they don't go snap whenever you try to walk.
Noodles with knees? Needles? That's something
Yeah.
different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Needles with a K. There's a difference.
Kneedles.
Kneedles. Evil Kneedles.
Evil Kneedles.
Right.
Right. We got a posh English gentleman.
And Chris is probably going to do something very silly with the legs.
That's the plan. That is literally all the plan right now.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Really hoping that plan comes together in my brain before I get to the legs.
Ain't that the way?
I mean, that's sort of the classic joke, isn't it? You've got gentlemen up top and then just
Oh, it's
thigh
the
highs.
Ministry of Silly
That-
Walks.
Oh, you're right. That
Just put two and two together in my head.
bugger.
I mean, Monty Python is hilarious. So
I like how you managed to put two and two together in your head, get four, while I'm still here with just like an abstract two floating around.
I mean, you are an algebraist.
Yeah, true.
Everything you do is abstract, Chris.
Which, given that I don't really get abstract art, is impressive. No, go away, chat. I don't want you.
Next word's abstract too.
Okay, so.
I mean, we've got the 2 + 2 = fish joke.
Yeah. Want the third word? Miss is offering a third word.
I'm stuck on the first.
Yeah, but she's asking anyway if you want a bonus. A bonus word.
You can add bonus points to your assignment, but be
Yeah.
warned.
I think that's a no.
I'm all right with two. I'm in too deep with that. There's not really an awful lot I can add without detracting from however close I ever got to the first word.
Hilarious.
So my excuse is that I've been doing some kind of soul searching of like, not soul searching, that's putting it way too strongly. Just some sort of realization of my relationship with comedy. In as much as when I was younger, I used to watch so much comedy and laugh a lot and all that sort of stuff. But as I've sort of gotten older, I'm laughing less at like deliberately constructed comedy and laughing more at just like having good times with friends. And I'm sort of appreciating comedy more in that kind of almost like ancient Greek sense of more, you know, the irony rather than, or just like, or the 1960s sense of just adding a sense of whimsy, you know? And so that's my excuse for not knowing what the word hilarious means anymore. I'm going through a midlife comedy crisis.
Midlife comedy crisis. You've reinvented the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, they're the sort of irony and physical comedy tends to last longer. Because a lot of sort of constructed jokes end up being more referential humor, which is only funny if you get the reference. And sometimes that reference is something that stands the test of time. So, like, we're making jokes about, I don't know, your cat stealing your food. And, like, anyone who has had a pet, whether it be a cat or not, understands the feeling of, you gremlin, you've stolen my lunch. Other references, however, you'll sit there and go, what is this? So, like, the one that comes off the top of my head is sort of the big one. The Bugs Bunny makes a lot of referential humor that nobody gets the reference to anymore. So, like, the chewing on the carrot and the, hey, what's up, Doc? That's a reference to something that most people don't know anymore.
It's a reference to
so
a
now
Bugs
it's
Bunny.
just Weird Rabbit.
Yeah. It's become a reference to the thing itself. Some impressive leg strength.
Yeah, I was going to try and actually conform it so that the feet would look like feet would if they were walking, and then I realised that would actually look more horrific than hilarious.
It is a little bit hilarious that it's just like nightmare from like the waist down.
These things are like...
to me, it's making sort of like a boing noise when it walks.
Yeah, these are going wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
There you go, there's a laugh. It counts, alright?
It counts, I laughed.
Good enough.
I had a genuine laugh about the idea of this guy just walking and just a wow, wow, wow.
Oh, I don't have time to animate this.
I mean, the second part of the walk should be pretty easy, because if you just do sort of like a 2-cycle, one is him down and the other is just the legs are straight so you can't even see his body anymore.
Oh, right, I see. No, I'm imagining somehow the the middle part where they cross over, he's actually lower. You can't see him because his knees are now above his head.
Oh, okay, wait. That's a really interesting... It's like a... Okay, I see. I see it in my head, and it's pretty disturbing.
No, we've crossed the line again.
I mean, I was going off of ye old Looney Tunes logic. Or maybe not even Looney Tunes, that might have been something that I saw in an old Mickey Mouse short. Where sort of you step forward and the knees just sort of crumple down, and then you stand up and it's like boing, everything's tall again.
Yeah, but like if the knees go like above the head, it like... So like he goes down and then like his knees are above his head, like and then it like goes to like this motion again, but with the legs the other way. Then it is slightly upsetting.
Yeah, which is why I didn't go for that first.
Yeah, but Chris went for it.
There's other ways it could go. Like they could stay at this exact shape, but like rotate. So it's just like forming like a sphere, just spinning as the legs go like spin clockwise.
So
then
we're doing a
anti-clockwise,
weird
clockwise.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
So the guy is actually perfectly level all the way through. It's just the legs are spinning around. The knees are going to hit you in the face. He's also wearing shorts for some reason.
To show off those legs.
Yeah, show off those legs if you got them. Try not to hit people.
I mean, can you imagine trying to get pants tailored for legs like this?
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
It'd be a nightmare.
Like, not only would you have to have a lot of material, it would have to be material that moves fairly well around something that's bending in multiple places.
Yeah.
He did get actually tailor-made trousers out of spandex, but it was against the clothing code of conduct at the bank that he works. So
How does he put his socks on? Asks Miss.
hilariously.
I mean, there are actual devices to help put socks on your feet if you can't like bend over to reach your feet. Mostly used by the elderly and or young people with back problems.
Also, those are some thick socks.
Pretty thick.
Really, like, thick woolen socks.
I mean, there's a lot of like friction at the point between the leg and the shoe. You're gonna have to have something hard wearing there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Chris is in jail because Doggo is Doggo.
And it does look a little bit like his foot, like his socked foot is like leaving his shoes, and I'm just like imagining that as he walks, he like steps into different shoes and then exits again.
There's just a line of shoes between his house and work.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be very silly.
It would be hilarious.
And now Chris is going to draw that.
Of course.
Yay.
Look, if it would be hilarious, it has to go in, right?
I'm a comedic genius.
Well, it's hilarious legs, although I guess this is related to the legs being hilarious. So.
Yeah.
But also because the foot's facing the other way, every alternate shoe has to be facing in the opposite direction.
Y'all are gonna be mad if the wheel picks the word shoes. The wheel picks the word shoes, then you need to spin again, because we've done it. Chris has done it. I've done nothing.
You did a lot
I drew
of
a
this.
lint ball.
Cute one. Hang on, let me just... No.
As I just
Why can't you
sit here and knit while watching you do your turn.
Sorry. This is Cheap's fault. I can't draw shoes.
I mean, no one made you draw multiple shoes. You could have just drawn one shoe and then like copy, paste, and rotated.
I can't copy paste in this apparently. I've been trying.
I also like that now you've implied there's like he has long legs, but his like steps are pretty small.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It's just the knees that are traveling quite far.
Yeah.
Just let me copy
Yes,
this.
the walking distance of a normal man, but the knees are going wild.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
Etc.
Imagine the rest.
Imagine the rest.
Shoes around the world.
There we go. Hilarious question mark legs?
Hilarious.
Got some laughs at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some laughs were gotten mainly out of thinking about how these actually animate. And I do want to do an animation of this. It feels very silly. But time.
See, it is sort of interesting to me that you guys can't seem to copy paste because I have copy pasted in this multiple times before, so I don't know
You don't let me.
what's happening.
Wait, hang on, unless... No. I can cut, which isn't helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, hilarious legs! Go on.
Hilarious.
Next! Jeeb.
Oh, you're volunteering me. Okay.
Yeah, tit for tat.
Okay, miss.
Rather hilarious. No.
Drum roll, please.
Oh, hang on. I have a drum roll. Hang on. Do I have one?
Cheeb. I get.
Wait, hang on. I don't have a drum roll.
Oh.
What's close?
Uh.
This. That. Only people on stream could hear it.
I don't know what you did.
Ooh.
Rainbow rest.
Ooh, yes. Ah, double lint, triple lint.
More cats.
More.
Yeah,
Too
because
many cats.
like I said, I can cut copy paste pretty easily. So I don't know what's wrong with yours, but anyway, we'll put away the lint machines.
Bess, you've just, this is like Jeeb's dream prompt. There's big muscles and colourfuls and the gays and the tids. It's all there.
It's all there. I
It's
just
all
need
there.
to put it together.
Didn't explicitly mention heels, but we're almost there. Loved when you got it. It was more hilarious than hilarious legs.
Let's see. I know how poses works.
I mean, and the good news is, it turns out if you're doing like performance wrestling as opposed to Olympic wrestling, there are no rules for what they should be dressed like.
They can be dressed how they. I need to turn my brain off sometimes. Because my brain's now going, draw your characters as wrestlers? No, I don't have time for these ideas. No, Fluff is multiplying. You have a pup. And I have a cat. And it's summer. And she's very fluffy.
Let's see. Started the pose and then figuring out how to finish it.
Rufus would not wrestle, M would be everyone. M would be everyone thinking they're playing Twister or something.
Yeah, Mal would just show up for the show off smack talk bit and then just not participate in the wrestling bit.
And then I tap out immediately. To be fair, Mal can't hold his own in a fight. The problem is that the outfit that he would choose would really not help. It would have heels. He would fall over. Tori would do it. Tori, still playing with ideas for October Noir, but it's still, I think Tori in that is like a retired boxer who retired because the old, you know, the old joke of the horseshoe in the boxing glove.
No.
This is an old joke of, like, you know, my grandpa was a boxer. He was very superstitious. Would always take a horseshoe into the ring with him. The implication being that it was in his glove and he would knock people out with it. Anyway, it would be something like that. Like Tori was like disqualified or banned or whatever for having a horseshoe in his glove, even though it was medicinal. It was on prescription. It's got hoof hands. Thought there was a tiny fez. There couldn't be a tiny fez.
I mean, it could be. You never know. Wrestling fashion can get very odd.
What would Rainbow Wrestler's name be? I mean, they're not done yet.
I mean, that might just be their name, the Rainbow Wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on. I know what they would be called.
Uh-oh, tippy tappies.
Someone try and pronounce that.
Rainbow Westwood.
Rainbow Westwood.
Rainbow Westwood.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Rainbow Westwood.
Hazel tried her best with Rainbow Westwood.
Naturally.
Wee woo, wee woo. That's the name of the ambulance that comes for you whenever they smack you into the dirt. Yes, I know there's no dirt in the ring. They've smacked you outside of the ring into the dirt.
They're strong.
That's just how far they threw you.
Walls mean nothing.
Absolutely. Do I like this?
Yes. Next question. Oh, I see. I see what's going on with the hair.
You see?
I see.
Literally
We'll see.
rainbowing.
We'll see for ice cream.
We all see for ice cream.
It's a Wambo. Remember, everybody, it's Royjibiv. Richard of York gave battle in vain. Red, orange, yellow, grey, bland, impractical.
I mean, but it's not a full body. The legs aren't there.
No, it's not
Exactly.
full. What?
There was too much legs in the previous drawing, so we're cutting this drawing off
Good
right
point,
here
yeah.
at calves.
No hilarious legs here. That's my
Absolutely
copyright.
not.
I don't think you can copyright legs.
You can copyright those legs. Those legs that Chris drew, those are very copyrightable.
Mm.
In my opinion.
Mine.
And I'm always correct.
But would you want to copyright those legs?
That's a different question. That's not the question you asked.
Copyright occurs the moment something is created. And if it is copyrightable. Obviously, if you create something that is breaking someone else's copyright, that doesn't count. But the issue is
thick legs. Yeah,
thick.
exactly.
Thick is not hilarious. Thick is serious. It means serious business. Leg
They're a
business.
serious wrestler, okay? I don't know what to do with that arm yet.
They exist in the time Cheeb's Hellchild is from. Is this Jupiter's friend? Is it...
I doubt it.
Depends on how you define friend.
Not Juniper, Jupiter.
Jupiter.
They're not a berry.
I'm gonna ignore that other arm for now and figure out what to do with that later.
That's fair.
I'll figure it out somehow. Maybe.
Like, that's a future me problem, and then later on, future you will go, ah, crap.
How dare past me? My biggest enemy is past me. And my biggest enemy will be me now. Ooh, quiff.
Hey,
Ooh,
Well, not quiff. What'd you call that?
it's something.
pompadour.
Maybe.
Yeah. Closer to a pompadour. Yeah, that makes sense. The problem is when I think of pompadour, I think of the band who did the Witch Doctor.
Mm.
They're called the Toonies or something like that.
I don't know who the witch doctor is.
You know who you are, ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know who did that.
You know, I don't either. I've heard the
Uh,
song so often, but I don't know sang it. Maybe
oh
because
blimey, that's.
mostly I've only heard covers of it.
I was gonna. I didn't realize that was a cover. I just looked it up on Wikipedia. It's from 1958. Charted number 11 in the Netherlands.
Yeah, that seems right.
Cartoons. They're just called cartoons, apparently.
As in, that's the name of the group?
Yeah, cartoons. Oh, they're from Denmark.
That doesn't feel like a very smart thing to name your band.
They performed there a couple of weeks ago. They're still going. My word. It's not good SEO, but they were probably also formed before SEO was a thing. Yeah, that's the hair I think of when I think of Pompadour, which is probably not fair.
And this guy's more like what's I just had it. What it reminded me of. Johnny Bravo.
Yeah,
That's more like it.
yeah, Johnny Bravo. Some Lazy Town hair. This was before Lazy Town, presumably.
I mean, that's sort of like that image is sort of like the less the person has a pompadour and more we've dressed this person up and are making fun of people who wear pompadours.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Lazy Town was. Yeah, it was a good 8 years before. So take that, Lazy Town. Yeah.
Because I've seen this sort of thing in anime before, because apparently there's a area in time where sort of the look for like your typical street punk is sort of like the pompadour type thing, similar to what you'd see with like greaser styles and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then some anime and manga is just kind of like, we're just going to make it clear that this is not a character to be taken seriously by making their pompadour so long it can hit someone from across the room.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love the type of character in anime. I wish I could think of a good example right now. I know exactly. I've seen these characters before. I just cannot think of any of them right now.
I can think of a few, but I can't remember their names because my brain is just garbage at names. I know there's one in Shaman King. He's like the early enemy, and then as shonen goes, he becomes an ally. And one of the things in it is that our main hero just like chops off his pompadour, and that's just the hairstyle he then has for the rest of the series. Is that that chopped off pompadour?
Can we? Oh, I love that. I love when people cut their longer hair short as a dramatic show of I've changed. I love the idea of somebody doing being a tough guy with a pompadour, and they cut off their pompadours like I'm soft now. I like that. That's fun. We'll have one brain tonight. We're hive minding today.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of that character.
why can I not remember any of the animes that I watched that had that type of character in it?
Well,
I know there was at least one.
While you're thinking, would you like to know the names of the members of cartoons?
Yeah,
Cool.
hit me.
There's the lead singer, Toonie. The
Yep.
saxophonist and bass vocalist, Sponge.
It's fun.
The lead guitarist and backing singer, Shooter. Slightly more serious, I guess. The double bassist, Buzz. And the two backing vocalists, Puddy. The two backing vocalists, Puddy and Boop.
Aw, cute.
Give you all a Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D Pompadour. 5-dimensional Pompadour. The dimension. I made those.
I'm still trying to remember a character that had that. I'm thinking of a very specific character, but I cannot remember him.
Backling vocist. Exactly.
Anyway. What are wrestler outfits? I don't fucking know.
Whatever you want them to be.
I think the word I think I was looking for was leotard, but my brain went skin-tight dungarees.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Look at that.
With just the most amount of cleavage, right? Like nearly full. Yeah. Yeah. This is correct. Thank you.
Those are wrestlers, yes.
A weird-ass nipple-shoving spandex romper. These sentences we're saying today.
I still don't know what to do with this arm, so still I'll one day figure it out. Maybe. Yeah, some would go from the back. Okay.
I mean, they could just have, you know, there could be an amputee.
Could be.
Yeah, disabled wrestler.
Yeah. Or they could have a cool prosthetic, as seems to be the trend in video games now. Characters with cool prosthetics. I mean, I'm up for that. It's just weird how many there are. Christy is guessing everything we're saying before we're saying it, and I'm impressed.
Yeah.
We're in your brain.
They can be an NPC. I'm fine with that. Still gonna make their NPCs arm like jacked.
Ooh, wrestling outfit ideas in Discord.
Oh.
Look at that guy. Oh, I am the shrew.
Okay. I see. It goes down even deeper than I thought. Hold on.
I mean, I kind of like the guy in here who's like a dragon of sorts, looks like. Frills.
I'm that one little dinosaur from Jurassic Park who spits in the guy's face. Yeah, get the deep V. We want to see navel.
Oh, that deep? Okay.
Yeah, one of these, you can actually see the belly button poking out from the top of it.
Let's see.
You can go as deep as you want.
Okay.
I mean, at that point, it's less of a V and more two L's. Give him some nuts and berries. They got little ears. I think it's the ears. It's the ears that are getting me. Oh, what a mask.
All for the
right.
show.
um,
It's one big performance.
yeah. Right. Um, I feel like I need to add something else. I feel like this isn't.
Masks generally pretty
No.
big things. Tassels as well for some reason.
Passes. Um,
Feels like a tactical advantage in wrestling, but no, sorry, tactical disadvantage in wrestling.
where do I put
It's
tassels?
for the show.
I mean, tassels also very queer, so I'll take it.
Guns for the money, tassels for the show. That V's getting ready.
Because the thing you have to remember with this style of wrestling, it's like the competition is mostly there as a set piece for the performance.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like watching sword fighting, going to a play and watching them do sword fighting. Like they're not doing this necessarily to show off who's the better sword fighter. These are things that they've practiced together and helped choreograph to make a fun performance to watch. Hopefully in a way that results in minimal injuries.
They have their little soap opera they're doing, and there's more combat than dialogue. Basically the point.
Yep.
Now, I, for one, have never really cared much for combat or soap operas, so it's not my thing, but I can let people have fun with it. I'd rather that than, like, actual boxing. Because that feels a bit weird. Not a fan of... We put ropes around them, so this assault is now legal. I'm still not sure how that works. Ropes make
Pretty
it
much
legal.
like that.
If I put ropes around your house, I'm allowed to hit you. That's the law.
Well, it's more of the everyone agreed that these were the rules that we were going to follow, and we're doing it inside of these ropes.
Mm-hmm.
As with many sports, but yeah, there's a reason why with boxing and stuff there's rules about where you can hit and how hard you can hit. And if the ref thinks you've broken those rules, you get a penalty.
That penalty is 3 years in prison. Miss is imagining the leotard being made entirely of sequins or rhinestones, so just draw that quickly.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm not gonna draw that, but yes.
It'll show up in the render.
I was about to say I love the subtlety of just having trans rights there, but this is wrestling. There's no subtlety.
Trans
subtlety in my wrestling. It's less likely than you'd think. Oh yeah, American football is terrible. Especially since these days, ironically, the moving to, we have better padding now, so that means we can hit each other harder, right? And it's like, no, not right.
That is, I believe that was the same thing in boxing, actually. When they added padded gloves, more life-threatening injuries and deaths happened. Because you can hit harder, your hand doesn't hurt as much. But it sure does hit the face still.
I mean, if it was they had the padded gloves and whatnot and they were hitting at the same speeds, yes, that'd be great. But no, people have taken this as an excuse to hit harder and faster, and it's like, no.
Pink. We're getting colour on this one, I guess we had to.
I mean...
It's rainbow.
It's rainbow. Miss asked me to make this link. shimmery. It's not gonna like show that well, but
Yeah, I've heard rugby safer than American football. Because again, in rugby, you get like at best you get like a little padded cap. That's the most you're really getting. Maybe like a knee brace. In American football, you got big helmets and shoulder pads and all that sort of stuff, so you can run as fast as physically possible. Whereas in rugby, if you try that, you're not gonna have a skull at the end of it, so you don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. Still a lot of injuries in rugby, but sparkles. Sparkly. I like the one big sparkly just by the nipple.
yeah, it wasn't intentional. But I'm leaving it there. Right.
Good for them. They deserve some sparkles.
Now I have to.
Yeah. Ah, the rainbow colours. Pink. Oh, now I want fruit salad sweets. It's cheating
what?
TOS. It's not a nipple, it's a sparkle, honestly.
Right.
God, I'm just imagining the work that had to go into dyeing that hair.
Oh god,
So
yeah.
much.
Because, like, even if that's like a wig for the performance, that's still a lot of work you'd have to go into getting that all placed.
Oh
And
yeah.
if that's their actual hair, then there's even more work going into making sure that the dye is where we need it to be.
And like it, you gotta maintain the roots and too much work for me. Which is unsurprising because I do not have rainbow hair. In fact, I've never dyed my hair.
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there where it's like, that's cool, but it's too much work.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a rainbow wrestler.
Rainbow wrestler. Look at him. I'd bet they win.
Yeah.
Eee.
Rainbow wrestler is here to stay.
Apparently miss pre-span for Ragdoll, and one of the words was horse.
Thanks.
So just like, no, you're getting a redo. Rainbow wrestler is good. Look at them.
Rainbow wrestler. It's not gay pride. It's gay wrath. I guess. I don't know.
Can we have all the sins? That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm up for that. I mean, I'm sure you can find the lust elsewhere, but
I'm just gonna shoe in for gay sloth. I'm too lazy to do any of that. Whatever's going on here.
Yeah, gay sloth is the one that goes, oh, the amount of work for that hair. Oh.
Rainbow hair, really?
Bloody hell.
Gay wrath. Yeah,
Gay
I'm
wrath.
sure they have like something with gay wrath and like a slogan or whatever. They'll make it work. Anyway.
Also, they get Pride in 2 months in a row because Disability Pride Month is July.
Hell yeah.
Oh, is it?
They're here to stay. Forever. They're not gonna leave.
Also, August is Wrestling Pride.
Yeah, and after that, it's Rainbow Pride. It's different.
Just keeps going.
just keeps going. Every month they make something up and just go, "Yep, it's this now."
Yeah. I mean,
Please.
if they say it keeps going, I'm not going to be the one to argue with them.
I mean, listen, you either agree with them that it's still Pride Month, or you're gonna get suplexed
Yeah.
to death, probably.
Yeah, Disability Pride Month.
Anyway, okay. Right.
Yeah. Oh, they're less colourful now.
Let's go and give Ragdoll.
Ragdoll, hang on,
Yes.
you need your exciting music. What have we got? Ominous wind. How about this?
I mean, that seems at least mildly exciting.
There you go. Got a crowd of vuvuzelas. Why do I have that? I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Oh wait, hang on, Awuga. I do remember.
Awooga. Happy clown.
Oh, hang on, was that the prompt?
Happy clown.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
clown.
clown. And visually had happy horse, and I felt bad.
Could be a clown horse, so I'm not stopping.
It's always clowns.
It's always clown. Always happy or sad. Show me an ambivalent clown. Show me one that's conflicted about their true feelings. That's probably all clowns, to be fair.
I mean, sad clowns are a thing.
Yeah, but that's just straight up
clowns.
sad. You know. I want complexity in my clowns.
From your clowns?
Yes.
No. I still have clowns on the brain because of the one D&D thing that I started watching.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were talking about a commission you were doing for the game.
No.
The clowns.
I'm
what?
not I'm not drawing clowns. No, for a D&D thing I started watching where I told you this, I think, of like
Oh yeah.
they have like a system where because they live stream it, so every time they get a certain amount of bits, they get like a re-roll for anything that they can use at any time if the DM allows it. But then they also get a roleplay prompt when they use it. And someone got the roleplay prompt of like you're haunted by the last person who you killed, and they established earlier in that episode that the last person he killed was a clown. Because it's all the whole campaign is themed around like carnivals and such. So now he's being haunted by Chuckles, the clown, who is currently in hell. And one of the other players immediately jumped in to like do a very stupid, silly voice for Chuckles the clown.
It's a good clip.
That's hilarious, but also terrifying.
Speaking of terrifying, Miss rolled another word if you wanted it, and we now have happy clown conglomerate.
Clown conglomerate. That sounds.
Yeah, I think I shared it, Miss, and it's because it is. I think the roleplay prompt specifically is like the last person you killed tells you things about their life that nobody wants to know. So it's just all bad things said in this stupid clown voice. And naturally now for that D&D group, Chuckles is it like has gotten a life of its own. And is now also being played as like a player character and stuff in other campaigns.
Oh dear.
Because you can not control your bits. Your bits control you.
Oh yeah, I know that. I've been streaming long enough to know that.
Yeah. But
Yeah, this is the rival gang of Insane Clown Posse is Happy Clown Conglomerate. Also,
I
hi,
mean,
Karen.
I've been in roleplay spaces long enough and fic writing spaces long enough to know that the more you joke about something, the more it's going to become real.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you've joked about an AU, congratulations, you're now role playing it.
So Miss is having a good time with your drawing.
Yeah. Honestly, this is an ambivalent clown.
Hi, miss.
Because he looks happy, but there's also something wrong with him.
I mean, that could be said of most clowns, to be honest. Just as a random aside, I guess specifically Jeeb, have you seen the Ghosts, the BB?
Yeah.
That's
Ghosts?
that's what happens in my
That
brain
was
when
unintended.
No, that's a normal effect of clowns. There it is again. The TV show Ghosts sitcom.
No, but I think you've talked about it before.
Yeah, I've been watching it in the background while doing things, and it's one of those shows. I don't know if you'll like the show, but I could see you getting attached to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all ghosts. Well, most of them are ghosts, and they're all idiots, and it's a good time. Can recommend. Hey, Thomas. Oh, they're really good.
God.
Also, there's an American version, and I watch clips of that, and it feels like
Yeah,
it's got nothing to do with ghosts.
went through the thing and was like TV series 2021 till and it's like that's not what Chris is referring to. That's far too recent.
Well, it wasn't that long ago. Ghosts 2019. There we go. See, 2 years earlier. Yeah, it's still going. I think they've one more series they're doing. Ghost Idiot sounds wholesome. It's a good time. I do recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd be interested. The problem with these things are always for me like I don't know how to watch them or where to watch them.
Yeah, it's on iPlayer. I don't know. Other than that.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas. Thomas is melodramatic poet boy.
I love that for him. Oh, I have the hiccups. I'm sorry if that came through.
How dare you? I'm also going back to the animating side of things. I'm really interested to see how this moves.
Wiggly.
Wiggly, very wiggly.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, you have the most disgusting, like, sound. Absolutely.
It's like those little. Oh, I don't know how to describe them. Little sort of toy plastic mallet things that had something in it, so that whenever you shook it, it went.
Oh, those things. I remember those things.
I don't know those things.
Good. Congratulations.
Ragdoll, this was a choice.
Yep, sure was. I'm gonna give him a little saddle too. Just for funsies.
Just to imply that someone is writing this.
Oh no, I don't want to imply that. I don't. That's not an inference I want to make. You can imply, but don't make me infer. That's unfair. It's an unfair infer.
Unfair?
Unfair and fair. Are there any other good gifs of Ghost?
Get on the clown horse, they'll take you on an adventure.
An adventure
See, I've
you
never
will
been
never
afraid
be
of
able to
clowns, but that
forget.
might have something to do with the fact that a friend of mine growing up, her dad was an amateur clown.
I've also never been afraid of clowns, but that might also just be because clowns aren't that big a thing here. Like, I've seen clowns at the circus, and that's pretty much it. And then, they're in the circus. They're not gonna do anything. I mean, they are doing their act, but that's it. Like, no personal interaction or stuff.
Good.
At least not with me. That's for people who sit in the front. Which we never did, so, They're
I mean, I
just
guess part of it
clowns.
depends on context. Like, if you go to a circus and there's a clown, like that's supposed to be there. But
Mhm.
if you go to a hardware store and there's a clown, now I have questions.
I mean, also, honestly, I'd be like, if I saw a clown just out in the wild, I'd assume, like, oh, it's either, like, just been carnival or something around carnival or, whatever. 'Cause,
I
that just
I do like
happens.
the phrase though, yeah, like wild clown, like you see a clown in the wild, like running into a possum or something.
A wild clown
There's a
appeared.
lion. No,
Will you catch it?
It's
a wild clown.
I mean, like, it's the same, like, principle, because it's just like, oh, because it's either, like, in November or it's when's carnival around here? I don't know, it's uh, February-ish? That's when carnival usually is, so, like, either of those months, things are off. Um, because things with carnivals happening and people are fine. And then throughout the year, there's also other things that people dress up for, so whatever. I'd just assume you'd come back from a party, probably relating to carnival.
And do you often see people dressed like this?
Like a horse?
Yes.
Dressed up as a clown? No.
Why not?
Because most people cannot dress like a horse. At least not like this horse.
There's a lack of imagination there.
Yeah, well,
I think you'd need like a couple of people to dress up like this horse, do like one of those lion dancer type things, except it's a Jacob horse
except it's a
clown.
clown horse. Yeah, that's fine.
Probably hold some balloons. I had the thought of, oh, this is missing some elements. What could it be missing? Balloon.
Balloons to lure the children.
Always.
Oh, that's making me think of ghosts. Yeah.
Now you
Well,
got a ghost on the brain.
All I can think of is ghosts, and it's the idiot children in Ghosts, which is half the cast. Sorry, 3/4 of the cast.
There we go. There's our delightful horse clown.
2 of those words were accurate.
You're right, it doesn't look
sounds
that much like a
ominous,
horse, so it's a
Miss.
delightful clown.
The last one first. Simple instruction.
I am not happy, Ragdoll.
You gotta make a noise.
I also
Or
realized
I
that
will not apologize.
its ears also look like the ears on a space hopper, which implies that it's like rubbery.
Cool.
Just so you know.
didn't have to say that.
Well, it was in my brain, so I have to infect
And
the rest
now
of
it
you with
is.
the idea.
Out for everyone to hear. It's a happy clown horse, but I'm not happy. Well, that wasn't part of the prompt.
No. Yeah, Chris said last word first.
Yeah, last word first, thereby making it not the last word anymore, unless you have to put it back. And then it continues forever.
A spinning circle of words.
Hang on, we need music. Sound effects.
Yes. The other way around would have been really funny as well.
Pumpkin criminal. Okay.
Or a criminal pumpkin.
Pump crim.
So is this a pumpkin doing crimes or someone doing pumpkin crimes?
Either or.
Trying to think of
And
some
is this
sort
doing crimes against pumpkins or doing crimes with pumpkins?
Crimes against pumpkins. I'm sure that goes against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, I was going to say the lesser known part of the Geneva Convention. God, ideas are coming slowly today.
Start with a pumpkin.
Start with a pumpkin.
And then figure out crime.
And I figure out a crime.
Be pumpkin, do crime.
Be pumpkin, do crime. Is it pumpkin on pumpkin crime? That's the real question.
I have an idea. What's like stereotypical criminal things? There's a little domino mask, right?
Yeah. Like domino mask and like the striped black and white shirts.
Which is funny because usually you would only get the striped black and white shirts if you got caught doing the crime.
Yeah. They're just getting ahead of themselves. And the real question is, what's the crime?
How do you hold things like that usually, right?
With your hands.
Don't be silly. Pumpkins don't have hands.
I mean, most pumpkins aren't criminals.
Good point.
I mean, not with that attitude, they aren't.
criminal pumpkin of us. Oh, another pumpkin.
Well, someone's got to have the crime done to them. That's how crime works.
Yeah.
If there's no one else involved in it, there's no one really wants to call it a crime. What's the point? If no one cares, it's not a crime.
The cheap pumpkin. Are you implying that I'm a criminal, miss? After I've given you Rainbow Wrestler, you turn around and call me a criminal. I see how it is. And I have a knife, yeah. I don't have enough knives in my life.
At some point, I need to get some more knives. I don't have enough in my kitchen that are like good for actually cutting things.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't referring to that. I was just referring to knives. Just cool knives.
I'm one of those.
Having cool knives.
I'm one of those people. I probably need in my kitchen like 4 knives, and I'm good. A nice long one for cutting long things.
That's 3 more knives than I have in my kitchen.
Okay, probably, yeah. There's a butter knife for spreading, a little short sharp knife for cutting things, a serrated one for cutting things that need serrated knife blades to cut them, like veggies, and then a big one to cut pizzas. That's all. I'm good.
I mean, I guess if you're counting butter knives in there, then yes, I have multiple knives that can be used as butter knives.
Butter knives don't count.
It's a knife. How dare you talk to the princess
it's a
like
wedge.
that?
You could use a spatula for spreading your butter around. You don't need a knife for that.
I mean, that said, it is like just like that is just knives you use while eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are knives.
They are knives. You do cut things with them while eating.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Emphasis on you. For some reason, I just don't usually. I just use the fork.
You just use the fork?
Yeah, just cut with the side of the fork. Most of the time, that's fine. Occasionally, you'll need something a bit sharper. But...
Yeah, like meat. You like if you have meat on your plate, do you cut that with your fork?
Generally, yeah.
Depends on the meat.
Yeah, if it's like a really like tough, like gammon or something like that, maybe. Then yeah, probably get a. Then I'd use like a kind of serrated one to sort of.
Because usually, if I've got like a roasted or pan fried chicken breast or something, it's usually soft enough that you could cut it with the side of a fork, assuming you don't have a really thick breast.
Wild.
But like if it's a steak, no, you're gonna need a knife.
Spoons. You butter bread with spoons?
What? Who?
Miss Butters bread with spoons.
No, she teaches kids to butter bread with spoons, presumably as a joke.
Yeah, that's also.
I mean,
we taught him wrong as a joke.
That's usually what we use on campouts, but also we don't usually. First, as far as spreading butter is concerned, we usually have a tub of like margarine.
Yeah, you're not gonna spoon out of that.
What are you, a heathen?
Heathen?
What a heathen who cuts things with forks?
You're not dealing with a block of butter that's been in the fridge. Yeah, a spoon would work.
I mean, it would work, but why would you do that?
Honestly, if you're dealing with
a
block of butter that just came from the fridge, you're not spreading it at all.
Yeah.
Yes, there is that.
You're going to be there a while.
I mean, I have to remember that you guys all have like different bread.
Yeah, we all
Sorry.
have the worst bread. We know this.
No, I didn't mean it like that this time. I just have to like remember that, you know, generally
I mean-
like less thinking of like just slices of bread.
Even if you have nice bread, unless it's like literally fresh out of the oven, if you've got butter that's been in the refrigerator, it's still going to be too hard to spread.
I mean, that depends on your butter.
Oh, we got bad butter as well.
That's not what I said.
What butter do you have that doesn't solidify in the fridge?
It depends on the brand.
What fridges do you have that aren't cold enough to solidify butter?
How hot is your ambient temperature that it just immediately melts the butter?
I mean, that's why I said unless it was bread that was just like fresh out of the oven, because there you put the butter on it and it just immediately melts.
I mean, I'm gonna end this conversation because I am getting confused.
I think we all are.
You watch, it'll turn out the butter means something completely different in Dutch.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Hmm.
Look,
but also, I do know they have cows there, so I'm assuming they have butter, what we would call butter.
Well, yeah, but they might be made differently in such a way that the texture and consistency is just completely different to what we would use. No. Or it's just a linguistic thing. Like, Duolingo is very insistent on informing me that peanut butter isn't cheese. Because the literal translation of that in Dutch is peanut cheese.
Yeah. Pindakaas. Because we're not allowed to call it butter.
Pindakaas is
They aren't
pindakaas.
legally allowed to call it butter because it isn't butter.
Wait, legally not allowed to call it butter?
Yeah.
No.
I now have more questions.
Because it has to like be a certain percentage of. I recently googled this. It's like a certain percentage of like milk fat or something. And then you're allowed to call it butter. If not, it's not butter. You're not allowed to call it butter.
See, that's interesting, because here in the US, at least, I don't know if you call it this anywhere else, we have this thing called apple butter.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, that's a type of jeans, isn't it? The apple butter jeans, boots with fur. I know these.
No, that's apple bottom jeans. But no, apple butter is... Do you guys have apple sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah, like mashed up apples.
I guess.
Sort of liquidy, sometimes spiced.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna Google it to make sure that I know that what you're talking about. Because, yeah, we do have applesauce. We have it a lot. And apple butter is like... What is apple butter? It looks disgusting,
that, but more.
I have to say. Because when I googled it, it immediately went for me to like I don't know the English word for this because I don't know if there is an English word for it, but it is stroop, which is very like, I don't know. Translations, help. And now Google doesn't know what to do with either because it gives me apple syrup, which it's not.
Syrup?
I mean, it is, but it's not.
Syrup. So sweet it lures ships to shore.
I mean, it is a sweet spread. Put it on pancakes.
Yeah. Many things to try.
I am
So the
taking you to
distinction
Pancake House whenever you get here.
I'm up for it.
the distinction here in the US usually is that apple butter is cooked longer. And it usually has more spices in it, and it's usually thicker than applesauce.
I'm done, by the way. Basically sorted.
Because that's what I think.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that
That's
looks like a
not the
syrup.
That looks vaguely like molasses.
Yeah, that's sort of
Mm.
syrupy, treacly, but
Mhm.
made of apples, I presume.
Made of apples, yeah. It's really tasty.
Mm.
I like it a lot on pancakes.
I imagine it's really strong.
It is. It has a pretty strong taste, yeah.
Nice. Today I learned apple treacle is a thing. That's just jam.
Oh. I love that the crime is pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
Carve the sad face out of them.
We don't know. They might actually be really happy. We're not sure.
Yeah. It might have been, oh, I'm so happy with my new face, but the face just looks like that.
Yeah. It's the only crime I could.
Chocolates. It's not chocolate.
Chocolate. Well, I've been led to believe that there's almost everything in the Netherlands has chocolate in it, or on it, or around it, including the licorice and the bread.
Chocolate and bread.
Mm.
I call it broccoli. I don't.
Broccoli.
Right.
Does this criminal live in the parsnip verse?
No, I wouldn't do that to Snip. What's your sound effect, Chib, for your next one?
I don't know.
Oh, I apparently have a quack.
Quack.
Is it the same one? No, that's I think that's different to all of the three that Dark have. We could have a fourth quack.
More quacks.
More quacks. No, you're gonna get.
Mine will need a little explaining. Okay.
There you go. Your exciting drum roll was the sound of somebody breaking a window.
Yes, thank you. Fubsy kangaroo.
Fubsy kangaroo.
Okay.
Fubsy.
You're gonna
Alright, I know
need
what
to
half of
explain
that
to me
means.
what fubsy means.
I only know half of this. What the hell is a kangaroo?
No, a kangaroo.
Your mum's text message.
Fat and squat.
Fat and squat.
Okay.
Chubby squatting kangaroo.
So they're a kangaroo with a wide stance.
Wide kangaroo.
Now I just have to think if I can draw a kangaroo from memory.
You don't have to do it from memory. You can look up a reference.
No, I'm gonna I'm gonna show what in my head kangaroos look like, I guess. So far it looks like a horse. Which is honestly pretty impressive.
I was gonna say it's impressive that trying to draw a kangaroo from memory, you can draw a better horse than I can trying to draw a horse.
So far I've drawn a horse.
I mean, I will say that kangaroos are always like buffer than you think they are. Like you've got like some people have this idea of like what a kangaroo is in their head, and then you come up to an actual kangaroo and it's like, oh, they will fuck you up.
Oh yeah. Kira, I missed the rainbow wrestler.
Oh, you missed. Sorry. Let me just put up Rainbow Wrestler real quick.
Look at him.
Hey.
No sad,
It's
only
Rainbow
rainbow
Wrestler.
wrestler.
They say trans rights and trans wrongs.
Yeah, we support trans rights and trans wrongs.
Yes. And gay wrath.
And gay wrath, yeah. Every month is Pride Month. Anyway, kangaroo.
Anyway, back to this.
Back to this.
Back to
I
Fubsy.
guess. Back to Fubsy. Which is that legal name.
Fubsy the kangaroo.
I don't know how kangaroo legs work.
I don't think many
I mean,
people
it's
do.
kangaroo legs, so they don't, for the most part.
Spring. You spring. Give it a boing.
Give it a boing. Tail. Like that. I mean, it's usually more like down than that.
Oh yeah, they sort of use it as a sort of third leg, don't they? Sort of balancing on it. And
I think
all
so.
that. We forgot about that.
Yep, they can balance on that back, on that tail, and then just kick you in the face.
As is their
Dinosaur
right.
legs, apparently.
Dinosaur. This is a good dinosaur hippo. I'm a big fan.
Look, it's from Australia. Anatomy doesn't make any sense down there anyway.
Yeah, everything from
exactly.
Australia is just a chimera of other animals. There's the platypus, there's this.
It's Fubsy.
Fubsy. Everyone's favourite. No, I've said that. Is the platypus from Australia?
I think so, yeah.
My brain
Or
just had a panic
they
there.
are in Australia, I think. At least close
from
to
that
there.
area. I don't think they're from New Zealand, because like you've only got like a couple major options down there with where things are from.
Yes, Eastern Australia and Tasmania, apparently.
I like a pouch. I like a little.
Oh, they're on the reverse of the Australian 20-cent coin. That's fun. Look at him.
This is Fubsy's child.
Looks like there's a baby hippo in the pouch.
Listen,
they adopted,
apparently I don't know what kangaroos look like.
They can adopt. This isn't an issue. Baby Fubsy.
I mean, to be fair, it's like the cartoon version of a baby hippo, because actual hippos are terrifying.
Baby Fubsy.
The baby Fubsy is also Fubsy.
Baby Fubsy is also Fubsy.
Same mind, miss.
Right.
The hippo attack.
Fubsy is very broad. I think that's part of Fubsy. Just a broad boy.
I mean, if their broadness wasn't part of them, it would be a separate entity.
Also, boxing gloves. That's kangaroos.
Classic.
Are they also part of the same wrestling group as the Rainbow Wrestler?
No, this is boxing. It's different.
Yeah. Fun fact: the boxing glove is actually modelled after kangaroo hands. That's not a fun fact. I was just implying that kangaroo hands look like that, and we stole it.
I also still haven't given Fubsy a face yet. I only just realized it.
They're actually named after actually based on strawberries, which at the time were the Queen's favorite, which is why the rules of boxing are called the Queensberry rules.
Is that real?
The last sentences. But I think it's named after somewhere called Queensberry. But anyway. That is a joke I wrote for a sketch like 10 years ago and I never used it. Fact!
Listen, I am inclined to believe anything you tell me about Britain, so...
Sorry, I'm just getting through all my old material. Fact! It's been a while. In China, public holidays last a week because it takes so long to travel across the country. Yeah. Fact. Also, I hear a meow. A distant meow.
Is it a meow you should be hearing, or a meow you shouldn't be hearing?
It sounds pretty standard. This isn't a I've just caught a bird meow. This is I'm bored, where's my food meow.
This is what kangaroos look like, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's what this one looks like.
It's what Fubsy looks like.
It's what Fubsy looks like.
Feed cake. Your kid pushed Fubsy's kid in the sandbox.
Be ready to square up.
This is a matter of honor.
Nobody pushes Fubsy's kid in the sandbox.
You cannot teach your child
Never
manners.
speak to me and my small son again.
Speak to my gloves, good sir. Bonk.
Oh, right. And this is Fubsy.
It's Fubsy. Fubsy, everybody.
Thank you for also, like, instantly naming this character, miss.
This is a quick one. I mean, it happened with the last one, I suppose. Rainbow Wrestler and Fubsy. No work required. All good.
Yeah.
Yes, I would boop baby Fubsy on the snoot. And I would be punched in the face for doing so, but it'll be worth it.
You make a little squeak noise when you do.
No. As does the glove when it hits your face.
Yeah. It's the same noise, actually. Really strange. Anyway, I hope this is what you want, miss.
I mean, even if it's not, it's what you get.
It's what you get.
It's what you got. You better like this or Fubsy will have words. And by words, I mean punches.
It's Fubsy.
It's Fubsy. I guess I knew. Having the glass shattering sound kind of worked.
Yeah, in hindsight, yeah.
They're gonna smash. Put them in front of the happy clown horse. Who would win?
Fubsy. But they wouldn't fight because Fubsy's kid likes the clown.
Oh, now it looks like Fubsy's riding it. That's
See,
scary. We didn't expect them to team up.
But you see, Fubsy's kid is a huge fan of the clown horse, so...
Yeah. Fubsy's kid, baby Fubsy, loves clown horse. It's canon.
See, it's canon. This is your character.
Yeah, it's canon. Canon because I made it up.
Exactly, it's implicit.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you did this.
Sometimes something is only a headcanon, okay?
Nah, and more references to ghosts. Anyway, E. Is it a ragdoll? Ragdoll gets a speen.
Yeah.
Speen.
Yeah. Spin the wheel.
Mrs. very loudly spinning a wheel.
Your speen sound effect. Oh yeah, that's Mario falling down a hole. Ooh,
Right, it's
origami
less
house.
horse, more bunny.
Origami house.
Origami house. Our house. I
Full stop.
don't have. I was waiting for something to come to me.
Yeah, I was trying to make a sort of paper joke or something. It wasn't.
Yeah, the only thing I could come up with was like sheets in the middle.
Oh yeah, in the middle of our
like
sheets.
paper.
Yeah.
But it feels like more like bed sheets, so I didn't want to say it out loud.
No, it's better than anything I came up with.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
still like very much like connect that song to Valheim in my head because I've spent far too long just running around in Valheim, just going our house in the middle of the field. Our house, just constantly on loop.
It helps to be on the pen and not on the eraser.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The problem is, I grew up with a VHS of all of the music videos of Madness, including Our House. So that's just ingrained in my brain, part of my childhood. Alongside all the other really weird music videos they made. I had a little binge not too long ago of all the videos, bit of nostalgia, and there were just some images from those videos that I kind of want to do like drawings of because they're just why why is this in the music video?
It is like very fun, like what visuals music is gonna like connect you, like the links music puts between like certain things. Because for me, um, I was like, uh, I still cannot. It's been like a couple of years. It's been a lot of years actually. Um, but back when Frozen came out, I would listen to the soundtrack, but I would listen to the soundtrack while playing an online game thing. So now, while if I ever like listen to the Frozen soundtrack again, it's just like this rich autumn scene that plays in my head because I was constantly in like that world with just like this beautiful like orange autumn trees while I'm riding around on this like weird chicken thing. It's like that's just the visual
You
I
had me
have
till you
for
get to the weird chicken thing.
um I think it was like a weird chicken thing. Was an ostrich.
Ostrich, Funbird. It was Funbird.
Yeah.
The little origami friend come into their origami house.
I mean, because especially since I'm just
Fancy
drawing in
Yeah.
2D with lines, like
Yeah, it's a tricky problem.
how do you make it obvious that like, oh, this is made out of paper? Well, let's make some other things that are obviously made out of paper.
Mhm.
Most people know the shape of the origami crane. Even if I made those legs a little long and it looks sort of like a weird origami dog.
Hey, it's an origami something. You look at that and you go, that's origami. Boom. Sorted. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm trying to think of any like connections I have from music and things. I guess it's a Coed and Cambria album that I used to listen to when playing Morrowind. So whenever I listen to that, I'm like, ooh, Morrowind. One thing, and this is a very weirdly specific thing, is I get really attached to small passages of music if in the music video that passage has somebody doing, I can't even call it a dance, just a rhythmic motion that really fits the rhythm of what's happening. And I can only think of a couple of examples, but it works really well. There's one in a Gautier song, Easy Way Out, where he's just like slamming his hands on a typewriter, and it fits so well rhythmically that I just love that 3 seconds of the song. Even when I'm not watching the video, that comes into my head and I'm like, that feels good. I don't know why. I can't explain that. Oh, and the new Queens of the Stone Age single as well. What's that one called?
I think the area was this one.
Ooh, pretty.
Looks like this. So like, yeah, like nice orange glows and just me riding around on this ostrich is just what I think of while listening to Frozen.
Which is, yeah, definitely the image they were going for, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna on a muted YouTube tab. Gonna try and find the bit of the video I'm talking about to give you an idea. It might not make sense to anyone else, but in my head. Also, it's a very good video. I recommend it because it's kind of real life stop motion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do have that with more songs, but just with the Frozen soundtrack, that's like the most vivid thing for me, and because I played it so much while listening to some of those songs, so it's just like immediate connection every time.
I've got one with that as well, where it's sort of silly. There's, it's one of the Dragon Force songs. The name of which is escaping me at the moment, but it's one of their more well-known ones. But like the first time I was exposed to that music was in like high school during a computer science class where the instructor just sort of let us do what the fuck ever whenever we were done or whenever we said we were done, even if we weren't actually done. So I would sort of listen to that song specifically on repeat and just read webcomics. And there was one in particular that I read a lot of at the time, so it just pops up in my mind whenever I hear the song.
Mhm.
I've also pasted the Queens of the Stone Age one. There's just a bit where just the instruments cut out and the drums come in, and it's just a very simple drum beat. It's just, but because of the movement the person in the video is doing, I just really like it. That's also a good video.
Yeah.
Weird, but good.
I wonder if that webcomic is still up.
Sorry, I very much derailed the conversation there because I was looking things up.
No, it's the same conversation.
You're talking about webcomics now. Also, Kiki's getting
Well, I
very
was
grumpy
talking about the
at bottom of
webcomic specifically because there's the one Dragon Force song that makes me think of a very unrelated webcomic because I read it a lot while listening to the song.
Yeah, exactly. It's still the same topic. Still talking about songs that remind us of things.
Also, I haven't thought about Dragon Force for a long time.
Dragon Force. Dragon
Herman
Force.
Lee, was it?
I do not know Dragon Force. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Herman Lee.
The songs that lead you back to classrooms or essay writing. Oh yeah, probably. Don't know any off the top of my head, but I'm sure.
I don't get that. Smells? Smells definitely do that. You get a whiff, and I'm like, I know that day. I remember that day.
Yeah. I mean, just, you know, some things are just very vivid. It's just like instantly.
Just as an aside, what Kiki is doing at the moment to try and get my attention is she's sitting at the bottom of the stairs on a rug, digging her claws into the rug, lifting it up, letting her claws go so that the rug hits the floor, and just keeps doing that over and over again, banging the rug on the floor to try and get my attention.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Gotta pay the attention to her. To the queen.
To the queen.
The queen of England.
I should know more origami shapes, but my brain is blanking.
That's fair. I thought I knew what a kangaroo looks like. It happens to all of us. Meow.
I mean, I guess it's just because the origami is the bird is the one that the crane is the one that most people know of, and I can fold those so well. I was actually in a geometry class where one of our assignments we were doing some origami stuff for it, but in order to do it, the instructor was like, "Right, I'm not going to assume any of you know how to fold an origami crane, so we're going to spend some time learning how to fold an origami crane." Except I already knew how to do that, so while he was doing that with the rest of the class, I took the printer paper, folded the square off of it, made a crane, took the remaining little strip, folded that into smaller squares,
Oh, yeah.
folded those into cranes. And then took the small rectangle that was left over after that, folded that into more small squares,
Tiniest crane.
and made those into cranes. And I just kept doing that.
Do I? Oh, where would I put that? I once made a tiny origami crane out of a leaf,
Ooh.
and I don't. Oh, it's somewhere. I don't know where it is though. I was really proud of that. But yeah, I used to take the receipts when I would take books out of the library, and I would use those as turn those into cranes and use them as bookmarks.
Uh,
All the last two words at once. I don't know. I mean, Kiki might drag me away in a second.
yeah, I think Kiki demands.
Okay,
We're like
everyone.
5 minutes away from the 2-hour mark, so you know.
Yeah, we
It
can do a
works.
quick one.
Okay, I'm gonna go feed Kiki. You guys get a head start.
Kiki. We get a head start.
Take over the stream for me.
Okay. Miss, give us words. We are spinning.
Well, I mean, first we need to separate the screen out.
Oh, yeah, right. Usually Chris does that.
And he's already walked off. Let's see. Let's see if I can. I'm bad at drawing straight lines, and this doesn't have a line tool as far as I know.
You can do like, yeah, you can do like a shift line. If
Oh,
you hold shift, and then it will do a line from where you were to where you're going.
okay. Well, now we've just got to figure out how do we separate this into thirds. Do we want to go into triangles or try and go up and down?
I
Like,
kind of like going like that is probably the smartest. Are these even? Probably not. Are also very wonky. That's roughly
so
third.
yeah, I guess put that on a layer and then move to another layer for your drawing so you don't accidentally erase your line.
Yeah. Miss, give a tired chicken. I can draw a tired chicken. I'm taking the left square.
Okay, I will take the middle.
Now clock the chat, and then Chris will have to guess what we're drawing.
So, Miss, what am I doing? Or are we all doing tired chickens?
All chimkin.
All chimkins, okay. Chimkins all the way down. Well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Chris, we're drawing tired chickens, and you're on the right side.
Okie dokie. Well, the chicken I just fed the cat was probably tired.
He was probably dead.
Probably. Ruined bullying? What? Who? Who's bullying who? And why isn't it the me that's being bullied?
Yeah, because you were gone.
Oh. Well, I apologize to whoever was bullied in my stead. Oh, right, I see. Miss was gonna try and hide the prompt from me.
Mm.
Do chickens have the waddly thing?
I think so. I've given mine one. I don't know how the waddly thing works. Does it go under or does it go?
Don't know. Let's do both
It's
for
fine.
fun.
Keep zooming out a little. I'm just seeing more chickens being out on the rectal side.
Yep. Don't mind me.
But what if we want to? I am no criminal, how dare you?
Crips, this is a Pokemon.
It's also not a Pokemon. Well, maybe. I don't know. But if it is, it's a modern Pokemon. And thus I claim no responsibility. Now, when you bought yourself cassette beasts. I thought I knew what that was, and then brain stopped. Is that a Pokemon thing?
Oh, Cassette Beast. Yeah, it's not a Pokemon name, but it's a game. Sort of Pokemon inspired.
Nice. Ooh. Oh, that look fun. Gosh, that is. Ooh, fun. Hope it's a good time.
I'm pretty much done with my tired chicken.
Oh yeah, I was done a while ago.
Mm.
Blur would be good for mine. But...
I'm gonna zoom out.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom out as well. Ooh. There's many tired Jumpkins.
Many tired chumpkins.
And a poor parent Jumpkin.
Poor parent chumpkin, they just want to sleep.
They had incredible speed.
Oh,
that one's
tired. I like
tired.
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 Yeah.
See? Tired. They're too tired, in fact.
Yeah.
That's what laughter sounds like, right? Yeah, I like oops. I like this little You're under the wing. I'm this one in front. This isn't me.
But Mom, they want to play.
Play, please.
Play.
That reminds me, I was helping my friend with her 2-year-old yesterday, and they had her baby cousin over as well. And it's like, right, I'm going to take your 2-year-old out of the house because she won't stop screaming, and that's causing the infant to start screaming.
Yay, screaming. I used to sleep by that as a child sometimes too. And why not? Gross,
And then
children.
Chris's fast burb.
They might also be tired, but the sheer speeds are keeping their eyes open.
And they could stop.
No. They're tired.
They're
Doesn't mean they've got
sleep
control over what the tires are doing.
Horrific.
Yeah, this is hell. This will be appearing in the next session of Inferno.
What, the sleepy bird, the running bird, or the massive pile of burbs?
All of the above.
Oops,
The massive pile of burbs will be an obstacle, which will then be just scattered to the four winds by this fast burb smashing through them with bowling pin sound
And
effects.
it will
And it will
it
reveal.
will make a bowling pin sound as it goes through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that will wake all of the baby chicks.
Yeah. All the baby chicks are awake again. Just got to sleep. Poor parent was about to fall asleep, and then bowling pins happen, and now they're awake again.
I don't think I have bowling pin sound effect. No. This will do. Here we are. That was just a cartoon boing.
Also works.
It begins with a bow. Yeah. Shall we?
Shall we?
There's a lot of action going on up here.
Yeah.
A lot of faces melding into one.
I mean, the way things are positioned, it sort of looks like your long-legged fellow now just has the most fabulous hair.
And angry eyes.
And angry eyes.
And a chicken on their head. Also looks like Rainbow Wrestler has a pouch with a baby hippo in it. The baby hippo's like peeking out from the leotard.
It's their mascot.
They're coming for the noodles. The horse is clown horse is eating noodles. Is like, hey, can I have some noodles?
No. For the kitty.
Because like, quick slop.
Slurp. And your word cat is looking at the origami table.
It's just a little origami box.
Box.
Yeah, cat box. They're interested.
They're interested.
Cats are interested in boxes. It happens.
It happens.
See?
And tired Chimkin, the one with the wheels, is about to run over Sad Pumpkin.
That, or they're running around in the background of the crime that just happens.
Also that.
They are the police. They're coming after Criminal Pumpkin.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Wee woo.
Yeah, this was fun. Thank you for all the prompts, miss.
Can't think of it. Best I can think of a police chicken pun is like a pun on I'm gonna book you, but it's booker. It doesn't quite work. Anyway, thank you for prompts. Prompts was good. We're
Good
most
word.
welcome. You're least welcome. What? That doesn't work. Nice break from Puppy sitting. And with that,
Bees.
the stream ends. We'll be back in future with other things happening. There will be streams on Tuesday with draws and onion rings.
Draws and onion rings.
Both of those things. Oh yes. Speaking of onion rings, I have added some things to the locked command at the behest of Chib, as well as some bonuses that I found while I was collecting audio. Yeah.
The doors are
So
tightly
basically,
sealed.
what you're saying is that people are just going to be hitting the locked command over and over and over again until we find the.
If you want to, I'm not going to stop you. Yeah. And then other things happen. You know the drill. You know how things work.
I won't be able to open it from this side.
You know drills.
That's another jack. We're gonna have many jacks.
Always jack.
Can't think of a joke that doesn't sound very rude, so we're gonna skip that one. Anyone who gets this little light from the locked command's getting banned. Yeah, it's possible. Yee. So thank everybody. All of you, thank each other.
Thanks. What? All I did was say, haha.
It's frozen. I can't open it.
Thank one and all.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.